Fever are that golden destination, and I can't help but laugh to the fans and the people online and the media commentators, unfortunately, who said that nobody wanted to play in Indiana. That doesn't make any sense by any stretch of the imagination.
Remember when Sheryl Swoopes went on that podcast and basically told the world nobody wants to play with Caitlin Clark? Well, I think we need to revisit those comments in light of what just happened. Let's roll that clip of Swoopes real quick where she claims Indiana has this toxic environment that star players are avoiding like the plague.
In the Fever, we're like, y'all.
That's not my point. There's a lot of other shit going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some new shit
it's
going on around there.
It's a lot. Yeah. So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't
want to be here.
Pretty strong words from a legend, right? But here's where the narrative crumbles. While Swoopes was casting dark shadows over Indiana from her studio chair, DeWanna Bonner, a four-time All-Star with unprecedented playoff experience, signed with the Indiana Fever. At the press conference, Bonner radiated genuine excitement about joining this team.
And the way they came back the second game, it just makes you excited to, okay, I want to be a part of that. They didn't lay down and quit. They came back and actually try to beat us early, that next game. So it just shows a lot about their character and how hungry they are, and I want to be a part.
This is DeWanna Bonner we're talking about, someone who's been to the postseason more than any player in league history. She embodies winning basketball.
Now, DeWanna Bonner is also a veteran in this league, and she can do it all. She can also shoot the three. She is also nasty on defense, which, if you guys remember, last season, defense is something that a lot of people criticized the Indiana Fever for. That was something that they definitely needed to work on. Now you have Lexi, now you have Sophie, now you have DeWanna Bonner, now you also have Natasha Howard.
Yet Bonner specifically chose the Fever. Where Swoopes saw toxicity, Bonner recognized opportunity and potential. It's like watching someone avoid a restaurant based on a negative review, while another person who actually tasted the food can't stop raving about it.
Sheryl Swoopes is been missing. Sheryl Swoopes is MIA. They got a APB out for Sheryl Swoopes. If you see Sheryl Swoopes, she did a lot of talking a few months ago about the Indiana Fever, the locker room environment, how people didn't want to play there, how people wanted to leave.
The contrast is remarkable. Swoopes speculated from a distance, while Bonner conducted thorough reconnaissance. She witnessed this team in the playoffs. She evaluated their young core and ceiling as contenders. Most importantly, she assessed how her skills would complement players like Caitlin Clark. Bonner's reasoning was transparent.
What excites you the most about this team that you're going to be joining?
I mean, they have dynamic pieces in CC and Kelsey Mitchell and AB, Lexi Hall. I mean, they have a great core, so why not just add to that and try to take us to the next level in the playoffs. They were in first round, and
these words reflect a veteran who sees a team poised for greatness, not someone entering a toxic workplace. Consider what this means for rumors about stars avoiding Clark or Indiana. One of the WNBA's most respected veterans just did exactly the opposite. After facing the Fever in that playoff series, she was impressed by their resilience, competitive spirit, and growth potential. Bonner made this decision with eyes wide open. She experienced firsthand what this Indiana team offers when they nearly eliminated her former team in the playoffs. Instead of buying into negative narratives, she trusted her basketball instinct.
Played against them in the first round, and the way they came back the second game, it just makes you excited to, okay, I want to be a part of that. They didn't lay down and quit. They came back and actually try to beat us early, that next game. So it just shows a lot about their character and how hungry they are, and I want to be a part of that.
This signing thoroughly undermines Swoopes' assertions. If Indiana were truly the toxic, unappealing destination Swoopes described, how do we explain Bonner's decision? Her choice speaks volumes. It directly contradicts claims about the Fever's appeal and Clark's impact on the team. While critics paint Indiana as a place stars avoid, the Fever just landed one of the game's most accomplished veterans. Bonner isn't just joining a team, she's betting her legacy on a future where Indiana rises to prominence with her help.
Steph just made it easy. I don't have to learn a whole new system in year 15, so that's huge, and I feel like they just put me in great positions on the court that makes me successful and took my game to a different level. And now you're playing with these dynamic players, and hopefully I can take my game to an even better level. So
while critics like Swoopes were busy throwing shade, DeWanna Bonner was actually studying Clark's game with the eyes of a champion. And what she saw wasn't drama or ego, but something far more valuable to a veteran who's seen it all: elite basketball intelligence and court vision. This wasn't some PR scripted praise. This was one of the most experienced players in the league, breaking down exactly what makes Caitlin Clark special. Most veterans give rookies generic "she works hard" compliments. Bonner went deeper. She precisely noted she's a smart player. She gets the ball to people in the right spots, highlighting the exact quality separating good players from great ones. Bonner identified the basketball IQ that makes Clark a franchise-changing talent.
I think she's a great player. I'm happy to be on the side of her now instead of guarding her. Of course, she's a dynamic player, and you see that in what she's done in her rookie year. And I'm actually excited to see what she's going to do her second year in the league with a little bit, more experience and understanding it a little bit more. So, like I said, hopefully I can make her job a little easier and she can make mine a little easier. But I think she's a great person, and we, been kind of connecting here. We had a great workout this morning, and it was fun. She's a fun kid.
This assessment carries serious weight coming from someone who's played alongside some of the greatest guards in WNBA history. Remember that no-look bounce pass Clark threaded between 3 defenders in the Iowa-LSU matchup? That's exactly the kind of vision Bonner appreciates: the ability to see passing lanes before they even develop.
She's just a smart player. You already see what she's done in her rookie season, and I think she gets the ball to people in the right positions to help them be successful, so that's huge. And
the enthusiasm in Bonner's voice when discussing Clark was undeniable. Her excitement was palpable, talking about joining forces with Clark. That's the reaction of someone who can't wait to hit the court with a player whose game she genuinely respects. What's particularly revealing is Bonner's eagerness to mentor Clark
and give her a little bit more leadership and knowledge for her to understand this league a little bit better. And like I said, when playoffs hit, she'll be ready. But
picture this: a 4-time All-Star and 3-time WNBA champion taking time after practice to show a rookie the subtle positioning that creates those half-second advantages at the professional level. That investment speaks volumes about what Bonner thinks of Clark's potential.
You can just watch her game. Everybody sees it. She's just a dynamic player, man. She's one of those ones that you come in and can make an instant impact, as you can see. And
Bonner ties Clark's abilities directly to team success. She's highlighting how Clark makes everyone around her better. The "gets the ball to people in the right spots" comment reveals what Bonner truly values: a teammate who elevates the entire squad.
I'm just happy that I don't have to guard her this year. I can actually play alongside her, so that's pretty cool.
The contrast between critics like Swoopes and what Bonner actually sees couldn't be more stark. While some painted Clark as problematic, Bonner, who studied her game, sees a basketball savant with elite passing skills and leadership potential, someone she's excited to play alongside and help develop.
I feel like they're a young team, but they're a good team, and hopefully I can just provide the knowledge and explain playoffs to them a little bit better so we can be better prepared and don't get punched in the face the first game. And it's hard to come back when you do that the first game. It's hard to come back and try to win 2 straight against a veteran team. So
Bonner's signing isn't just about adding another All-Star to the roster. It's about introducing a championship blueprint to a team that's been missing exactly that. You know what separated Indiana from real contention last season? When the pressure intensified in those playoff moments, they simply didn't have anyone who'd been there before. That experience gap was glaring when Connecticut pushed them to the brink. What makes this fascinating is how Bonner watched that playoff series and recognized a hungry squad with all the pieces, only lacking that final championship ingredient she could provide. That's why she specifically pointed to that playoff series as a key factor in her decision to join Indiana.
Just excited to play alongside of her, and like I said, I'm just happy I don't have to guard these players anymore and just be on the alongside of them.
The playoffs transformed basketball into something entirely different. In Game 5 against Connecticut, the Fever wilted as defensive pressure mounted, open lanes disappeared, passing windows shrunk, and decision-making slowed. Bonner brings the antidote to those moments. As she explained, it's a whole different ballgame in the playoffs. She saw the Fever weren't prepared for that shift. With her guidance, they'll be ready.
I think they got it, and I think that it's going to be steps throughout the regular season that get us prepared for that, because every game, every single night is going to be hard. These teams have changed a lot in this league, and every team has loaded up and gotten better. So I think that the regular season is going to definitely prepare us for that.
This mentorship extends beyond game situations. Bonner has already initiated film sessions and workouts with teammates. These interactions build the chemistry foundation that championship teams require. When Clark needs to make a crucial pass in the final seconds of a playoff game, that established trust becomes invaluable. The basketball fit complements the mentorship perfectly. Bonner creates a strategic chess match for opponents. When defenses overcommit to Clark, as they inevitably will, Bonner can attack from the wing or post. When defenders stay home on Bonner, Clark gains precious operating space. This creates a classic strategic dilemma that defensive coaches dread. As Bonner put it, hopefully I can make her job a little easier, and she can make mine a little easier. Imagine a late game scenario, score tied, shot clock winding down. Last season, defenses could swarm Clark, forcing contested attempts. Now, that same defensive aggression leaves Bonner in single coverage, a veteran scorer poised to deliver in exactly these situations.
What's this team capable of?
The sky's the limit, but I think it's gonna all come down to everyone who knows that on paper it can look very, very good, and how we can gel, how we can bond, and everybody buying into the roles and the goals of the team. And I think we got a great group to do that, and everybody wants to win, and we're hungry. I think we're a hungry group, so.
Her calm presence in high leverage moments will transform the team's collective psychology. When shots aren't falling and momentum shifts, young teams often panic. Bonner's steadiness, the knowing look, the timely word steadies the entire roster. This accelerates Indiana's timeline dramatically. The Fever can bypass years of painful playoff learning experiences with Bonner's championship DNA infused directly into their locker room. The combination of Clark's generational talent, Boston's defensive presence, Mitchell's scoring punch, and Bonner's championship pedigree creates a formula that can compete immediately, directly contradicting everything Swoopes claimed about this team's trajectory and appeal.
Just credit to them, credit to this organization, credit to this team, and I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Beyond the championship formula that Bonner brings, there's something happening in Indiana that Swoopes completely overlooked. A cultural revolution that's transforming the Fever into one of the most desirable destinations in the entire WNBA. Did you catch what Bonner said about choosing Indiana? She called it one of the best fan bases in the world. That's a veteran who's played across the league, recognizing something special brewing in Indiana. The transformation happened with remarkable speed. Indiana evolved from half-empty arenas to creating an electric atmosphere that players actively seek out. Fans create an environment so passionate that it's becoming a competitive advantage. During critical moments last season, the deafening roar from Fever supporters visibly energized players, turning close games into momentum-shifting rallies. When Bonner talked about joining the Fever, she was embracing a fan base that's become a force of nature in women's basketball.
It's a good draft class that's coming up that's going to continue to keep this thing growing, and I think women's basketball is the hottest thing around right now.
This shift is unprecedented. A team that once struggled to fill seats has become the hottest ticket in the WNBA. Bonner specifically mentioned how Fever fans traveled during the playoffs, saying it almost felt like a home game in Connecticut. A road playoff game transformed into home court advantage. That passionate following creates energy that players feed off and want to join.
I think that you see how much you're loved and you're appreciated. You kind of you give and then they give it back, you know? So just to get back that love.
What's emerging is a cultural movement where players, fans, and community unite around something special. When Bonner says she's honored to join this fan base, she acknowledges stepping into something that transcends the typical player-fan relationship, the exact opposite of the toxic environment Swoopes portrayed.
I mean, it's going to be a process. Everybody knows you just don't step on the court and it all comes together. But that's the fun part about basketball, figuring out how this works and what lineups works with, and who you play well off of and what spots and stuff. So I'm excited to get back and do that, and just understanding that you can't get too high, you can't get too low. We'll figure it out throughout the season because you want to be playing your best basketball when playoff starts.
Bonner's decision also reflects personal priorities. Having her children literally right up the road after spending considerable time away was a major factor. This reveals what makes a destination truly appealing to veterans: the complete life experience. Indiana offers Bonner professional excellence while prioritizing her family connection, creating an emotionally fulfilling environment.
Important was familiarity and those relationships as you're making this decision.
It's huge for me because I do have 2 kids and I want to be comfortable and I want to make sure that I'm going to be taken care of, on and off the court. So Steph just made it easy. I don't have to learn a whole new system in year 15, so that's huge. And
Indiana has created the perfect storm: a passionate fan base, family proximity, coaching familiarity, and a talented young core converging to make the Fever an irresistible destination. This establishes Indiana as a premier franchise that stars actively want to join. The most stunning aspect: this transformation happened virtually overnight. The team that once struggled for relevance has become the epicenter of excitement in women's basketball. When a veteran with Bonner's pedigree chooses Indiana, it signals throughout the league that something extraordinary is happening with the Fever.
I'm just excited to get out there with everybody and get the final roster, because I'm pretty sure there's more things in the works in free agents. So I'm just kind of sitting back and waiting, but I can't wait for April 27th is training camp. I got to mark down and get out here with everyone and set our goals and what we want to do.
The Fever have catapulted from underdogs to championship contenders. DeWanna Bonner brings championship DNA this young team desperately needs. She defends multiple positions and initiates fast breaks, perfectly complementing Clark's vision, Boston's interior presence, and Mitchell's scoring punch. Indiana has assembled all the pieces for a serious playoff run. Her mentorship will accelerate these young stars' development timeline dramatically. While skeptics doubted, Indiana quietly built a powerhouse roster that blindsided the league. Teams that overlooked us before will face a different beast now, warns coach Christy Sides. The Fever are dangerous, ready to leave their mark on the WNBA landscape.